Not all handstands are created equal. Barely catching 1 out of 5 with a banana back and shaky balance is one thing. But holding a clean, pristine handstand that looks effortless and leaves people in awe, that's an entirely different level. And I want you to be able to hold a handstand like that. So today I'm sharing my 9 check marks that you must complete to have a perfect handstand. If you complete all of these 9 check marks, your handstand will be absolutely perfect. I got these 9 check marks from the 11th page of my Handstand Push-Up Pro ebook, which I wrote to help athletes like yourself to unlock the handstand and the handstand push-up. So if you're interested, it's the first link in the description. So let's start. The first check mark. All your joints are aligned in a vertical line. So in a perfect handstand, all of your joints, the wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles, should all be forming a straight line. If in your handstands all of these joints are not perfectly aligned, your handstand is not perfect yet. So when someone looks at you from the side, they should see the wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles all stacked on top of each other, forming a perfect line. Check mark number 2. Your whole body remains still except for the palms and the fingers that keep you balanced. So in a perfect handstand, the only part of your body that should be moving is your wrists and palms, because they're doing all the micro movements to keep you balanced. So when somebody looks at your handstand from the side, the only thing that should be moving is your palms and wrists, because they're doing micro movements to keep you adjusted, while the rest of your body should be like in a plank position. It should not be able to move. It should remain absolutely still except for the fingers and palms. The third check mark. You are pushing tall with your shoulders, elevating the scapula and contracting the shoulders and traps. So in a perfect handstand, you need to push tall with your shoulders and traps, almost as if you're trying to cover your ears with your shoulders. You can try this right now for yourself. Just lift your arms up in a straight line and try to push them as tall as you can, as if you were cold and you were trying to cover your ears with your shoulders and traps. This is the scapula elevation element that's essential for the perfect handstand. Check mark number 4. Your glutes and abs are slightly contracted. When you're in a perfect handstand, you should be having a glute contraction. However, not a full glute and ab contraction. Just contract them about with 50% of your strength, not 100%, because that will ruin your perfect line. So just stand up and contract your glutes and abs, but only with 50% of your strength. This is a perfect dose for the solid handstand. Check mark number 5. You should be intentionally pulling your belly inwards, as if you're trying to get your belly button to touch your spine. It's almost as if you're doing a bodybuilding pose where they suck the belly inwards. You should be trying to get your belly button to touch your spine. Check mark number 6. Your arms are completely straight through a strong triceps contraction. There should be 0 bending in your elbows. You should be completely straight like a gymnast. And you achieve this by using a strong triceps contraction, so your arms will remain absolutely straight. Check mark number 7. Same thing with your legs. Your legs are completely straight and squeezed together. So you'll be contracting the quads and the abductors. So your quads will be contracting to keep your legs completely straight, eliminating all the knee bend. And your adductors will be contracting to keep your legs joined together. Check mark number 8. Your hands are placed at shoulder width or slightly wider. Choose whichever one is most comfortable for you. Though in my opinion, a slightly wider stance looks cleaner. And number 9, the final check mark, is your toes are pointed. This will help you with keeping your legs straight, and it just looks cleaner, like a gymnast. Here are again all the 9 check marks for you to have a perfect handstand. Read them, write them down, and try to apply it into your own training. Now, one thing you need to understand is, if you're just starting your handstand journey, or you're not yet very good at the handstand, it's okay to use bad form in the beginning. What I mean by this is, when you try to jump into a handstand, your main priority in the beginning is just to hold the handstand even if it's not clean. Because what we first want to do with every skill in calisthenics, not just the handstand, is You need to try the skill without worrying about having perfect form. And once you can hold the skill, then you start to improve the form. Because if you're trying to do perfect form with all these 9 check marks right away, you're actually going to slow down your progress, because it's almost as if you're trying to learn a new language and you want to speak it perfectly from the beginning. That's just not going to happen, and it's going to make you harder to make the mistakes that you need to do to improve. So if you're trying to learn English for the first time, just try to read the words and say the phrases, even if your accent is not clean and the words are not correct. Just try to talk. Once you understand the meaning of the phrase, then you can do all the corrections. In this case, once you can hold the handstand, then you start to pay attention to all these cues that I told you, and then try to improve it during the hold. So don't worry about having bad form in the beginning. This is the first step to perfection. And if you want the full ebook where I cover all of this and all you need to do to unlock the perfect handstand and the handstand push-up, you can check it. It's the first link in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next.